Hello, business calculus students. We've got here a revenue cost example. What I've got is red for revenue, green for cost, and I've actually given you some values. So we're interested in what's happening right around 51. So we know, for example, the cost at 51 and the revenue at 51. All right, and I've given you both the value of the function and the derivatives. So first off, an easy question. What's our profit? Well, right now, we're talking about profit pi. Of course, that is revenue, what we bring in, minus cost, what we have to pay. And if we subtract those two numbers, woo, we're getting 10 cents in profit. All right. Not very exciting. Maybe these are measured in millions and we're much more excited. But right now, we have positive profit. The question is, should we increase production? Well, there are a couple of different ways of answering this, and let's talk about it in terms of slope, and then we'll talk about it in terms of the numbers. So in terms of slope, let's think about what's happening with the slopes at this point. So here we are at 51, and we've got a tangent line that looks something like that, and here we are at 51 for cost, and we have a tangent line that looks something like that. And if we want to label these, remember that when we're talking about the slope here, that is our marginal revenue. And our slope here is our marginal cost. So note what's happening here. The answer to this question is definitely yes. We want to produce more stuff moving up from 51 because our marginal revenue is greater than our marginal cost. In other words, by making one more unit, yes, it will cost us more money, but we will gain even more money in revenue. Another way of saying this is to estimate what's going to be happening when we move up to making 52 items from 51. So our revenue from making 52 items is going to be approximately equal to 10.2 plus our estimate for the marginal revenue. So if we make one more item, we get an extra 20 cents in revenue. On the other hand, if we estimate what our cost is going to be, we've got our beginning cost, and our estimate for the marginal cost is 0.1. So you note that our new profit is now going to be revenue minus cost. It has increased to a staggering 20 cents. So no matter how you look at it, when we're asking whether we should increase production, we want to know if we're going to make more money, if our marginal revenue is higher than what it's going to cost us, our marginal cost. We can see that from the numbers, like what's been given here, or we can see that from the slopes of the graphs. Either way, in this case, we want to increase production.